This video, we want to look at two particular topics in taxation, that is your customs and excise duty, and presumptive taxes, which will be mixed in one video. So let's start and see how the question is. In February 2018, Calendar imported the following two motor vehicles to be used in his public passenger transportation business, which he commenced running on the 1st March 2018. So there is this Rosa bus, a brand new 26-seater bus, 26 seater passenger. Let me read that again. A brand new 26 passenger seater Rosa bus at a purchase price of $10,000. Insurance cost in transit to the port of Durban, South Africa was $1,200 and freight charges were $2,200. A further amount of $600 was paid to a clearing and forwarding agent to transport the bus from the port of Durban to Chirundu border post. Incidental costs from the Chirundu border post to Lusaka were $300. Toyota Corolla, a brand new 4-passenger seater Toyota Corolla car, 1,500cc at a purchase price of $2,000. Insurance cost in transit to the port of Durban, South Africa was $200 and freight charges were $500. $300 were paid to a clearing and forwarding agents to transport the port of Durban to Chirundu border post. Incidental costs from the Chirundu border post to Lusaka were $150. The exchange rate provided by the Commissioner General at that time was 9.5 kwacha per US dollar in each cases. Other information: the bus will earn 800 kwacha per day starting from 1st March 2018 for 6 working days per week for 4 weeks per month. The salary for the bus driver will be 3,000 per month. The bus running expenses will average $200 per month. The Toyota Corolla will earn 300 kwacha per day starting from 1st March 2016 for 6 working days per week for 4 weeks per month. The salary for the driver of the Toyota car will be 1,500 per month. Motor car running expenses will average 1,000 per month. He will incur other expenses wholly and exclusively for the purpose of the transportation business of 2,000 per month. Calendar will not have any other income in the tax year 2018. The value for duty purposes for both the Corolla and the Rosa bus, I'll do them simultaneously and then we'll find the answers. So now, just before we go further, these customs, when you're calculating the import taxes, there's a chart that's always given to you in the exam. What we just have to know is which vehicle am I dealing with? Is it a brand new vehicle? Is it second hand and the like? So this is what you're going to start dealing with here. So please take note that in our question they said that the Rosa and the Corolla are brand new, and there's a specific category for brand new vehicles, or new vehicles as you would say. So remember, the taxes that you will claim on import are what? You will need the customs duty and the excise duty as well. So it's just a matter of knowing which vehicle again, because they've said things like motor vehicles, other than motor vehicles, including station wagons for transporting less than 10 persons, and the Corolla would fall here in this category. It's less than 10 people. But they gave you again the cylinder capacities, remember. So all these things will go through, but we just need to take note of these figures. So I know the Corolla was 15cc, so therefore we'll just charge 20% on the Corolla. We're not calculating. Then the customs we're getting is the 30% percentage of value for duty purposes. It's 30% there. And then we'll look at the other vehicle, the bus. Here, this is the category for the bus, that Rosa bus. So if you look at the percentage for valid duty purposes, which we're supposed to calculate, it's 15% customs. And then there's what did they say? Seating capacity of 16 persons or more. They said 0, and this bus is 26. Say 26 seater. Therefore, they'll pay nothing for excise, but they'll pay customs in that case. So basically, these are the figures we'll work with. Let's start with the first percentage for the Rosa, since it's one which is listed first in part 1 of the question. The Rosa will have 15% and 0, of course, in the latter part. So when you're calculating the value for duty purposes, this one, it just comprises of all the costs that this vehicle will incur until the point of entry. Nothing within the country of Zambia will be counted, but until the border, if you want, So we're looking at the cost 10,000, we're looking at the 1,200, the transit costs, we're also looking at the freight, we're considering that, and the 6,000, the clearing and forwarding agent. Those costs, the 300 will not be considered. Why? It's within Zambia. That's 300 up to Lusaka from the border, so that's we don't get it. So let's just sum up what we've just talked about right now. Okay, so let's take in the costs. 10,000 is the original cost of the Rosa. 1,200. The other transit costs. We have the freight 2,200, and we have this clearing and forwarding agent's price. They are the costs, totaling $14,000. Now there was the conversion rate by the CG, and this is the rate that you should always use. Use the Commissioner's General's conversion rate. It's 9.5. This will give us 133 as the value for duty purposes. So those are the only things that make up VDP up to the point of entry, not within Zambia. No. Then when you find the VDP, you go and start calculating customs, excise, and what. So the smoke, this vehicle, as I earlier showed you in the screen, it's a brand new vehicle, and we went to the section for brand new vehicles, and the customs is at 30%. So they said the one for VDP. So 30% of this is how much? So 133,000 times 30%, 399,900. Sorry, I've just erased the it's not 30%. Customs is 15%, sorry, for the Rosa. I was swapping it with this car, the small vehicle, the Corolla. The Rosa vehicle, when we check the chart, it was showing 15 actually. That's what I'm supposed to use. 0.15, yeah, by 133. That's 19,950. Customs on. You even put it in this column. Why are we putting this column? This column is just for the summation of all the taxes that will be due to this car, which is the customs, excise, and the like. Then also this column is just for summing up the custom value of the vehicle. Then okay, then this is now, you sum this up. What's the addition of 133 and that figure? You're getting 152,950. Then VAT, since excise is not, there was nothing, just put 0, just show that it's 0. Then now this is where VAT is charged. VAT is always charged on the accumulative total of the computation of VAT, customs, excise. That total there is what you charge VAT on. So that excise wasn't there, but remember that all of them should be summed up to get your VAT as 24,472. Therefore, when I add everything, I'm landing with 44,422. Total taxes. The taxes column 44,422, and this is what we're really focusing on in the question, because they wanted us to just calculate the import taxes paid, and that was that column where I put taxes. That's what you pay on the Rosa bus. Let's run to the Corolla now. So as a reminder, the Corolla is in the first section under the new vehicles title. Since it's a vehicle that can carry less than 10 persons, that's where we're picking it from. And remember, it's 1,500 cc, as you will see in the question, and the category for that one says it's 20% for excise. Then customs, we always get a percentage which is for the VD, because we're charging this thing on the value for duty purposes. That's why we're getting that 30%. So if you look at the Corolla, what are the costs we're picking for VDP? The cost is 2,000, we're getting that one. The transit cost of 200, we're getting that one as well. Freight charges of 500, we're also getting that. 300 for clearing and forwarding agent, we're also getting that. But the 150 will not be picked where it is within Zambia again. So we're just getting costs up to the point of entry, point there at the border there. So let's sum them up as well. So the Corolla, we said purchase price 2,000, 200 transit, 500 freight charges, clearing and forwarding agent 300, summation 3,000. That is your in dollars, the VDP in dollars, but always change it using the CG's exchange rate. 9 kwacha 15 way. This is going to give us 28,000. Sorry, it's on top. 28,500. That's your VDP. Then also charging your customs. Now is that customs will be 30%. Then what's the 30% of this is giving you what? 8,550. That's your customs. You even add the 37,050. Excise is the next one. You saw that excise is at what? 20%. Excise. 20% of that, 20% of which figure? Of this 37,050. So take note, whenever you're charging the taxes, you're charging them on the accumulated total, not on the original VDP. No, on the accumulated total that is arising after you put in the tax. So it's going to give you what? 20% of the 37,050. 7 for 10. 7 for, yeah, 10. Add 35,070,50. 37,050, I beg your pardon. 44,460 so far. Now VAT comes in at this point. By the way, remember the tax column, almost forgot it. Always put in the tax column at the far end here, we need it. The VAT is always charged as well on the accumulated total that we have as at now. So that's the 44,460, and VAT will give us 7,113.6, but always round off things to the nearest whole number. 7,114, that's your VAT. You also put it here in this column as well. So this is your tax column, which we need for imports. When you want to know the import tax paid, is this column that you get, which is customs, excise, and VAT together, everything. And that column will give you what? The same one for taxes. So this one will land you on 23. That's for the taxes that you'll pay for imports. 0.74 for this vehicle. So this is what you really needed, because they asked for the import taxes, and that's your column that you deal with. Part 3 is saying explain how calendar will be assessed to income tax on the income from transportation business in the tax year 2018. Your answer should include an explanation of the tax treatment of the expenses you will incur wholly and exclusively for the purpose of the running running the business, and the computation of the total tax that will be paid on income he will generate in the tax year. So first of all, what's one thing we'll have to look at here? Calendar is in a transportation business. If you read this other information paragraph, so he will be in a transportation business here, and usually those who are in the transportation business have got a category or what taxes they pay, which are called presumptive taxes. That's how we'll compute whatever is due to him. So this is the explanation I want to give. So just say this one will be subject to what? Presumptive taxes, because he's a transporter. That's basically his business, this one. So what are we going to do? We're going to look at the bus, because you know when you're looking at the transporter, you want to look at the vehicle they're using. What is the seat capacity? That's why that's why the taxes are charged on the seat capacity of each of those vehicles. So we'll start with the Rosa bus driver and compute his presumptive taxes that he will pay. And I'll show you a chart as well, which they show that for these seats it's this amount. So I want us to take note of some important information here. Look at the Rosa bus, the days that are worked and the like. Then I'll show you the seats that will come and multiply that on. So first we look at how many days is this person working? 6 days per week, because they say that presumptive tax is charged per day. So they say it's charged per day, and I want to see, and here I want to know how much will be due to this transportation driver in the tax year of 2018. That's what we have been told. So let's start first. How much? Okay, how many days is this man working the whole year? So it's 6 days per week. Take note of that, 6 days per week, but for 4 weeks per month. So yes, it's in a week there are 7 days, but he only works for 6 days, so it will be like 6 multiplied by 4, because it will be 6 days in 4 weeks. Okay, then how many months are going onwards? He's starting from when? 1st March. So until the tax year would end obviously in 31st, always. It always ends on the 31st. Yeah, so from March to December, so how many months? That's 10. You count the month as well, March, because it's starting on the 1st. It hasn't yet gone by, so you count it as well. So that's 10 months. So I'll show you on the next screen how we're going to do all this computation. Then when you do the month calculation, then you now know the total days you work. Then now attach the price per day on the tax. So we are on the seating capacity, the ones I told you earlier on, that we're going to look at the charts. This one also given as well. So this is a 26 seater. Just go and check under from 22 to 35. That's why 26 falls in. Look at the That's just a tax per annum, but here it says that he's not working the entire 12 months. This one is working, he's just working for 10. That's why we'll charge him per day so that we can get an accurate calculation. If it was per annum, let's say that he's worked from January to December, so he'll pay the 5 for the entire 5 for. So there's the 14 kwacha 18 way. That's the price per day. That's a tax per day, sorry. So we're going to multiply the 14 kwacha 18 way on the days that we have computed, and then we'll know how much will be due to this person on the Rosa bus. So you can as well show this is the Rosa we're looking at. I said 6 days in a week. These 6 days will be shown in what? On the 4 weeks that he works in a month. Then times he's going on for how many? 10 more months to work. Okay, from March to December. Then once you know the total days, then you can now attach the 14 kwacha 18 way. When you do that, what answer are we getting at the end of the day? 3,552. That is the presumptive tax payable, this one annually. Before we read the details for the Corolla, the Corolla car is just it's a vehicle that is below 12 actually. If you look at the Corolla car, it's just a 5-seater, so it's below 12. Therefore, it will be that range, 2 kwacha 15 way, less than 12 seats. You see that part at the bottom. That's 2 kwacha 15 way. Let's also see how many days are being worked for this same Toyota Corolla. So there, the Toyota Corolla now is showing us that 1st March as well, and the person will start 6 working days per week for 4 weeks per month. Same story as the other one. Huh? So 6 working days times 4. Let's just show on the next screen. So this time is the Corolla we are looking at. Corolla computation for presumptive tax. So 6 times 4 days times how many? What else are we putting in? 10 months. So up to, that's from March to December. Then times 2 kwacha 15. That's for these Corolla drivers, because them it's a sitting capacity of below 12. 600 kwacha only for the Corolla. That's it. So basically, this is how you compute presumptive taxes. Just have to know, oh, is this a transportation business? How can you do that? Otherwise, so just a regular business, they look at the turnover. Is it below 800? Then you'll be subject to turnover tax, which is paid monthly at 4%. So it's just certain things to take note. But for transporters, they go under that scheme that I just showed. One thing that I forgot to include was that this sedan, we tell from the back there of the vehicle, there's an extended boot. This one here, this is the boot. Which that's there, and then the trunk, if you want, as the Englishman would call it. And then now there's this other part, this other vehicle which just has a closed trunk there, right? This side, so you tell that this side is the what? This is the hatchback. So this is I just tell from the shape of the vehicle, just in case they haven't described for you in the exam. This is how you know this is the vehicle they're looking at here.